Oh, sugar honey iced tea. It's the EAC Show.
Good day, ladies and gents. I'm Emilio A. Colon.
I am Marcus Mack, and this is the EAC Show coming to you from sunny South Florida with episode 60.
Episode 61, Marcus Mack.
61? We on 61 already?
Yes.
Oh,
episode
man.
61. Happy 4th of July weekend to all you guys out there. We really do appreciate you guys checking in on the show. 4th of July, make sure you're barbecuing, you're grilling, you have your hot dogs, your hamburgers, your steak, your chicken, your lobster, your shrimp, whatever it is. Enjoy the time with family. Enjoy some fireworks if you're able to enjoy some fireworks. 4th of July is always adamant with chilling with family, going to cookouts, hanging out, having a good cold brew. Also, 4th of July is adamant about one thing and one thing only, and that's sports. And usually it's Major League Baseball, Marcus Mack. And today on the EAC Show, we are going to start off with Major League Baseball, and we are going to discuss your best friend. He's your man. That's your guy. We're going to discuss Commissioner Rob Manfred, Marcus Mack.
The shark. Rob Manfred is definitely a shark.
So if you guys don't know, and you can go check it out, Commissioner Rob Manfred was on the Dan Patrick Show. And shout out to Dan Patrick. Appreciate him. OG. Shout out to his show. Really good show. And he literally comes out and regurgitates some dumb shit on the Dan Patrick Show, basically saying that the owners were never going to agree to more than 60 games in the MLB season. Marcus, why would somebody as dumb as Commissioner Manfred come out and say this right now?
As smart as Commissioner Manfred.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, that's your man. You calling him smart. I'm calling him dumb.
The shark. He just flexed his muscle real quick, letting y'all know, hey, listen, man. Now, I'm not justifying it all. It's just funny because how you come out and pretty much just gangster them like that, like, yo, we wasn't agreeing to nothing more than this anyways. So
say what you said in the pre-show. Say what you said in the pre-show.
What I said? I said a few things because listen, he's a beast. That's my idol. He letting y'all know one time on some gangster shit. Y'all wasn't playing those 70 games anyways. Y'all could scream, cry, do whatever y'all want to do. It wasn't happening anyway.
So for all you guys that don't know, Commissioner Manfred went on the Dan Patrick Show and basically said that there was no chance of Major League Baseball playing more than 60 games because that's the power that he had to be able to give it no matter what. It was his final say-so, his law. He's God. He wrote the 10 Commandments, all that good stuff. You name it. So it was all a farce, the whole negotiation tactics, back and forth, agreeing to prorated salaries, no prorated salaries. It was just who was going to give up first, honestly, because the prorated salaries was already agreed upon in March. The players were trying to play as many games as possible. The commissioner just admitted that the owners did not want to play more than 60 games, and they weren't going to play more than 60 games. So they just wasted fucking 3 months for no reason, Marcus.
And you know what? And that's what we said in the first place. We said, yo, they're just killing time. They already know how many they want to play. They already know that they know the deal. They did the math. They say, yo, listen, this is what we can afford. This is what we can afford. Hold on. And for those of you that's listening, not on YouTube, what you can't afford, this is what we're willing to choke up and cough out. You know what I'm
so today's the second day. Today's July 3rd. Today's the second day of actual players returning. They returned to their spring training facilities on July 1st for spring training 2.0. Shout out to Sean Anderson and the San Francisco Giants. Shout out to Mike Schwarren of the Boston Red Sox, who both reported to their respective clubs. Guys are being seen in their home stadiums doing some live BP, doing some live pitching. So we're starting to get some baseball rolling, Marcus Mack. We're starting to see some of the things that are happening. People are showing pictures of the clubhouses and how some of the locker rooms are now being socially distanced so they can have some distance apart. The eating stuff is now separated. It's not where it usually is. So people can follow the social distancing guidelines. So stuff are being followed. The protocols are being followed. And I can tell that player safety was a really, really big point in these negotiations, Marcus.
Yeah, no, definitely, man. I mean, I think there's some reported cases. They took tests, and there was like a percentage of, because it was a large number.
You got that? Read it off. You got that up?
No, yeah. No, I was asking. I know we was talking about. I know you had it up last.
Okay. So basically, what it was reported that 38 positive tests in Major League Baseball have been reported. Because of HIPAA laws, unfortunately, no names of players will ever be mentioned by the team unless the player or the player's agent comes out and says who it is. So teams will not be releasing who tested positive because of HIPAA laws. And for those that don't know, HIPAA is basically a federal law that doesn't allow to release people's personal information without their consent. So out of the 38 positive cases, 31 were players and 7 were staff members. And that represents about 1.2% of this just shy of 3,200 samples that were provided by Major League Baseball. Now, Major League Baseball has the most players playing the game, and they have the smallest percentage of COVID-19 cases, whereas the NBA had 5.3%, and MLS actually had 2.7% of testing positive. So Major League Baseball is coming in really, really low on that number. It's 1.2% of the actual players that got tested and the staff members that got tested, but they're trying to follow proper protocols to be able to play the games. As you can see in the Korean Baseball League, Marcus Mack, it's possible. You can do it.
Yeah, it's definitely possible. I felt like that was a pretty large number, considering that's 38 families. I'm saying that could possibly be could have contracted the virus, whatever the case may be. I think that's a very large number, but considerably when you look at the percentage with the amount of people that could have been affected and could have been taking that back home to their families, everything like that. It's a relatively
small
good
number.
Yeah, relatively good number. So we send our prayers out to all of those families. We all know there's like there's like a 90-something chance of beating the virus. So
yeah, of course.
Shout outs to them. Like we got Mike Trout. He openly expressed his feelings about
the GOAT.
Yeah, he openly spoke about it. He said, man, he has his doubts, and he's honestly hesitating about playing because it's like, hey, man, I don't want to bring this back home to my family, our kids, and there's how many other players feels the exact same thing.
Absolutely.
So, right now, just like 4th of July is known for burgers, hot dogs, and fireworks, the July 4th of 2020 will definitely be remembered as COVID awareness. For real, man.
But Marcus, I got to be honest with you. Shout out to Mike Trout, because Mike Trout has a voice that it resonates. He just doesn't use it enough, in my opinion. Mike Trout is that name. He is that guy. He is that dude. Like, when it comes to Major League Baseball, everybody pays homage. Put the crown on his head, because there's not one person in the whole league that will not recognize him as the best baseball player, hands down. No one.
Right.
He is God MC. He is that man. He's that dude.
Yeah, right.
So for Mike Trout to come out today and say that he's still uncomfortable about the whole situation and he's worried about, whether or not he has to quarantine when the birth. First off, anybody that has a problem with Mike Trout's wife giving birth and him leaving to go see his child can kiss my ass. Period.
Right.
The birth of your child is something that you should never miss. I don't care about what sport you play.
Yeah, I don't care what you do.
No. If you're defending the country, there's just certain it's understandable. You know what I mean?
Right.
But if you're playing a sport, there's no reason whatsoever for you to miss the birth of your child.
Let me rephrase my thought. Every man wants to be there for no matter what you do. Every man wants to be there for their child's birth. Yeah,
of course.
Be there. You want to be there, and you want to make it as special as possible.
So shout out to Mike Trout. He had an interview with Bob Nightingale and ESPN, basically saying, I don't want to miss the birth of my child. I ain't gonna want to quarantine and hopefully risk my child or my family getting the coronavirus if I end up getting it. So he's trying to follow proper precautions as well. But also, let's not forget it, that Mike Trout is hands down the best baseball player probably right now. And he doesn't want to miss baseball because that's his love, that's his passion, that's his livelihood. That's what makes his income for his family. That's how he provides for his family and the people around him. So I still think that Mike Trout is doing the right thing, being very precautious, but I can't wait to see this guy hit some goddamn bombs because I've been missing baseball so damn much, Marcus Mack's not even funny. Forget the betting aspect of it. Just literally watching baseball.
Yeah. Especially everyone knows Emilio is like, baseball is like his life. He breathes it, put it in an IV, inject it Feel it. Definitely.
Yo, it's crazy. I'm being honest with you. I mean, and you know what? Not for nothing, Marcus Mack. Baseball's coming around, and it's good that MLB is being played. But for all the minor leaguers out there that didn't have a season at all, shout out to you guys. We still appreciate you guys. You guys keep grinding. Your phone call is literally going to come up. Keep staying focused because that opportunity for you to make it to the major leagues, it is going to happen. So keep grinding. Stay on the path. Don't give up hope. It's going to happen. Make sure you're training. Make sure you're working out. Make sure you're eating properly because all of that stuff, literally, it's all a matter of time for your chance to be the next Mike Trout or to be whatever your name is. It's going to come.
Yeah, definitely. I would like to see some more banging contracts, and I can't wait to see what. I know I'm kind of jumping the gun here, going way up in the front, like bring it back to the cart. But I want to see, some really good contracts next year because everything that the players went through in the beginning of this season, going into the season, I want to see some really good contracts come for next season.
But Marcus, I gotta be honest with you, and this is just from my source. I don't think it's gonna happen. I think these owners are gonna be so ruthless. They are gonna be on some Rob Manfred lawyer type shit to where they're not gonna want to pay any of these guys anything, and they're all gonna blame it on COVID. They're all gonna cry broke. They're all gonna be like, "Oh, we don't have the money. It's not within our budget." Da 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 da. And this, that. Man, go to hell with all of that. Honestly, I'm not trying to hear any of that. All you agents out there. All the representatives for every agency that represents a baseball player, go get your players their money because these owners are making more than enough. Don't be fooled.
Yeah, man. MLB is definitely the suit and tie of the sports world.
Dude, they're ruthless. They are ruthless. They literally, it's like they have a suit and then they have the suit coat. And underneath the suit coat is like the devil's horns. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. Right. Exactly, man. They're definitely the stiffs of the sports world. And then, of course, you got the casual, the Adam Silvers of the game, the NBAs of the sports world. You know what I'm saying that's the exact opposite.
Adam Silver is the white boy that comes into the hood and always hangs out with everybody. Right. And Rob Manfred is the white guy that never comes to the hood and just drives by.
With that spectrum, it's MLB, NBA. You fit somewhere in between everything else. Soccer, NFL, everything fits right in there.
Now, Marcus, I got to give a shout out to one of our followers on Instagram. It's actually Jordan Dinnan. It's Cameron Dinnan's brother. He shouted me out because July 1st, every July 1st until 2035, for all us Mets fans, is known as Bobby Bonilla Day. Now, I embrace it. I don't feel bad. It ain't balling unless you got it. You know what I'm saying? So, in my opinion, shout out to the Mets for making the dumbest contractual obligation in world history. So for those that don't know, July 1st is Bobby Bonilla Day because Bobby Bonilla was set to make $5.9 million in the last year of a contract with the Mets. The Mets got him to agree not to take that $5 million up front, to literally pay him later on after a certain amount of time with 8% interest. At that time, the Mets were involved in the Bernie Madoff investment account thing, which ended up being a Ponzi scheme.
Right, and Mets were stuck with the bill.
The Mets were receiving 12%, so to give Bobby Bonilla 8% on his money was nothing. But obviously, when the Ponzi scheme was then brought to light and there was no actual money to be there, the Mets were on the hook for constantly paying Bonilla. So they pay him anywhere between $1.2 million and $1.9 million every July 1st. So shout out to Bobby Bonilla and happy Bobby Bonilla Day. We didn't get a chance to talk about it, but shout out to him because his agent and his representatives are geniuses.
Yeah, Bobby Bonilla, a.k.a. caught him slipping. a.k.a. I need it when you're ready to give it. Holla at me, please.
Oh man, he caught Bobby with two extra bags of Manteca and was like, "Yo, let me get that.
Yeah. Swiftly too, real calm. Yeah,
but
man.
Have you seen some of the other staggering numbers on that list, Marcus Mack, of people that have like deals that just pay them later on in life? Did you read some of that stuff, Marcus?
Yeah, and I'm seeing some really wild numbers. I mean, I remember the Allen Iverson deal.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That Allen Iverson deal was crazy.
So for guys that don't know, Marcus, for guys that don't know, people that are listening, you got Brett Saberhagen receives $250,000 a year for 25 years. For the next 25 years, starting in 2004 with the Mets. That's another insane contract. It's like nuts. You got Max Scherzer, who's going to receive $105 million from the Nationals to be paid out till 2028. Manny Ramirez still collects $24.2 million from the Red Sox. So there's deals in Major League Baseball that literally people get paid later on. It also happens in basketball. Kevin Garnett is one of them. Darren Williams was getting paid $15,000 literally. I think his last payment was just the other day. He was getting paid for like 5 seasons after he retired from the Brooklyn Nets. They paid him like $27 million or some nonsense like that. Like, this happens in sports.
Of course. Now, some of these deals was just deals that got really good before the ink dried. You know what I'm saying? These deals were just really, really good. Now, the Bobby Bonilla deal, that was, I caught you slipping. That was for real. Oh, yeah? Now y'all getting stuck with the bill. For real.
But the problem, Marcus, if you really think about it, the Mets were making so much money in that Ponzi scheme that because they were also the biggest losers in the Ponzi scheme. So that's why the Mets came off easy, because they didn't have to pay a penalty because they were also the biggest losers in the Ponzi scheme as well.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think those sidebar investments should be left separate from the contracts?
Well, okay, so good question, but what happened was at that time the Mets were using that money to prove that that's how they end up. That's a revenue for them. You understand? So, the Mets have other businesses that make money, whether it's real estate, construction, media network, their investment account, whatever it may be. And when you buy a team, you show everything that you have in order to buy the team. So that was one of those things. Our investment portfolio is such and such and such and such and has X amount of money, and this is our portfolio with X amount of millions of dollars in it, and it makes this much money every year. So they were able to show that. So to convince Bobby Bonilla not to take $5.9 million up front and get it later, they told him, hey, listen, this is what we'll do for you. We'll make it very incentivized. And the Mets are making 12% on their money. They have no problem giving Bobby Bonilla 8 because they'll still make another 4 on top of the money that they owe him.
Right. So that's $1.2 million over the course of 25 years. That's a little under $40 million.
So he turned $5 million into 30-something million dollars, Marcus Mack.
Yeah, right. I'm thinking the Mets gotta have that to wipe their ass with.
They thought they did. They thought they did till they got cleaned out, and they turned into a credit card that was overdrafted like over and over and over again.
Now all you got is fees.
So, not for nothing, I don't know if a lot of people know this story, Marcus, but when that actually happened and it all went down, the Mets ended up going to Major League Baseball. And Major League Baseball and Bank of America ended up giving the Mets loans to be able to make themselves solvent again, because the Mets did have revenue coming in. They just needed to buy time in order to fix their books. Because the Mets play in New York, so, like, people come to the games, people spend money, so you're going to get money coming in. You just need time to be able to heal all that stuff. So, in all actuality, if you think about it, even though the Mets, if you can look it up, the Mets were probably bought for chump change compared to what the Mets are worth now. And the Mets are literally in the process of being sold to a private equity firm. And I think it's Alex Rodriguez and Jennifer Lopez as part of that that's trying to buy it as well. So if the Mets were sold, the owners of the Mets would still make astronomical money. I think it was like $2.6 billion that the Mets are reportedly being sold for. That's insane.
Yeah. I think we were just talking about this the other day too, how big of a business. That's of course, obviously, everyone knows this, but we're talking about publicly traded, big business with all these billionaires that's involved in sports, especially in Major League Baseball. All the billions of dollars that's involved, man. For real.
You just want a small percentage, right, Marcus? We just want a small percentage.
I mean, you know what they say. I'd rather a small slice of a big pie than a big slice of a small pie. I mean, so take me to the ball game. Take me to the ball game. For real, man, because, 10% of a Billy is more than a lot of guys ever seen, man.
Oh, absolutely, without question. So this part of the show is going to be brought to you by our sponsor, Cubano Use the promo code EAC and receive discounts on online pickups or delivery orders. Enjoy a cafe con leche or that natural pre-workout shot of that Cuban coffee to start your day. The daily lunch specials and their steak sandwich is next level. Once again, use the promo code EAC. That's ElCubanoSandwichShop.com or 954-906-5110. Remember, use the promo code EAC, and that's El Cubano Sandwich Shop in Coral Springs. Marcus Mack, we have a topic that we wanted to talk about early in the week, but we saved it for today, and that is how in God's green earth did Bill Belichick pull off this thievery, this robbery, this grand larceny, this theft? It has been released on how much money Cam Newton is actually making to play for the New England Patriots.
Which definitely, because we spoke about this last episode because we didn't know the exact numbers then, and we said, hey, he's probably getting paid a lot less than quarterbacks who do not have his same, his same awards. You know what I'm saying? This man has all kinds of, oh man, his accolades go way beyond the number that he's being paid. And I think that the next season should be 10 times better because I know he's going to meet all of these incentives. We're talking about what? Almost, $7 million in incentives?
Marcus, for those that don't know, Cam Newton is getting paid a base salary minimum of $1.05 million. He gets $550,000 up front, and the rest he has to earn. He gets $700,000 per game. You are basically getting an MVP who took the Carolina Panthers to the Super Bowl for a Publix coupon.
Yeah.
This is basically what it is.
And you know what? It's like, I think for Cam Newton, it's like, you guys left me out to dry. Well, I'm here to take it back. I'm happy to be on the field. That's what really counts. I want the money, but guess what? I really feel like there was an under-the-table deal that hasn't been released because I think that next season he just came to deliver. And then he had an injury, no?
He had an injury, yes, and everybody used it as the heel. But we're talking about Cam Newton, Marcus. That's like sitting there saying, "Okay, you know what? I'm going to take, I'm going to take a LeBron James." No, that's not even fair. That's too high of a rank. I'm not even going to say LeBron James.
Right.
I'm going to take Russell Westbrook. I'm going to take Russell Westbrook after a year of getting hurt. Do you want him? I want him if we're playing at LA Fitness, not even at the NBA. I want him if we're playing I want him in a pickup game at Cypress Park or I want him. I don't care. 5-on-5, indoor, outdoor, whatever league, the Jewish league, the Catholic league. I don't care. I don't care if he got hurt. I'm taking him all day long.
I think Cam Newton is not only going to meet his expectations, but he's going to far bypass it. I don't know what their intentions are. I know one thing for sure. They can't turn him into another Brady.
Marcus Mack, I am changing the names of Robert Kraft and Bill Belichick. They are now Randolph and Mortimer. They are Randolph and Mortimer. I'm not playing.
Listen to me, man. I honestly feel like I said, man, Cam Newton is going to bypass.
Marcus, I'm sorry. This is trading places. I just thought about it. You got Randolph and Mortimer or Robert Kraft and Bill Belichick, right? Then you got Dan Aykroyd as Tom Brady, who they get the hell out of New England, and they bring in Eddie Murphy, who's Cam Newton. It is trading places.
I honestly feel like not only he's going to get that 7 point something million when you do the math, or 7 point something million, 16 games, right? Now, would you like to see? We spoke about this before, and you said it's definitely possible. Would you like to see Cam Newton take the New England Patriots to the Super Bowl?
Hell yeah.
Now, do you know how high that is going to send up his ticket?
Fuck yeah, high as hell.
I think I feel I can't wait for the year to start. I can't wait for the season to start. I can't wait for it. Let me ask you this, right?
I want you listen to me. I want you to pull up that video. I want you to pull up that video with Mohamed Sanu and Cam Newton practicing together, and Cam telling everybody,
right. Let's
get to work.
A dog right now. Let's get to work right now. He's ready to go. And I like to see that because now there's going to be a lot of chemistry on the field. You understand what I'm saying? You cannot put Cam Newton in a position where it's like they're trying to make another Tom Brady. Like they're trying to make Brady 2.0. You understand what I'm saying? They got to build the team for his type of, you understand what I'm saying? For his type of game. And absolutely. I would hate to see if that's what happens. But Bill Belichick is a genius. So I know they're not going to do that. But I would hate to see that.
Yo, just on a quick note, Marcus Mack, off of Cam Newton for a second, please clip in also on this show the picture of Fight Island, the video that Dana White pulled up of Fight Island, baller status.
Yeah, it was definitely dope. Y'all check it out.
That's basically telling everybody, kiss my ass. Kiss it. I'm looking my right butt cheek and my left butt cheek. I'm gonna poke it out, and I want all y'all to kiss my ass.
Ace Ventura. Ace Ventura on them.
That Fight Island Fight Island is ridiculous, Marcus.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I mean, I imagine it was gonna be dope. You're talking about Dubai level type situation. Like, come on.
It's gonna be 1,077 degrees on that mat though, Marcus. Like they're gonna have to wear socks to fight because that mat's gonna be so hot. Like
I can imagine with the beatings that them dudes take, and they're training over there too. So don't forget that.
Yo, I go to the beach and walking from the sidewalk into the actual beach, right? With your slippers on is baking. Yeah. So imagine how hot that mat is gonna be off of that sun.
I mean, they're training there. The training camp, everything is there. So I don't
want it, Marcus. It's gonna be hot.
Well, that's why UFC is not for you.
They're gonna bounce off the mat so quick. They're gonna try to grapple, get on the floor. They're gonna get right back up because it's gonna be too hot.
Yeah, man. Just look at us. The anxiety is killing us. The past.
Yo, I can't. I'm definitely watching that one. I'm buying it. I'm watching that one 100%. I'm giving Dana White. Oh, he could have charged me $120 to watch that one. I would have paid it.
Yeah, I know. I'm definitely there. You know, I will be present for that. Give me 2 Coronas and a 20-piece wings. Let me both flats, please.
So, Marcus Mack, unfortunately, on a very, very somber note, we talked about this previously, and we wish them nothing but the best. But unfortunately, Khabib Nurmagomedov's father has passed away due to his fight with the coronavirus in Moscow. It's been a very, very somber day in UFC. A lot of people sending out their condolences. Even the great Conor McGregor reached out to Khabib and basically sent his condolences on the loss of his father, and that his father had a major, major impact in UFC and in MMA. Marcus Mack, our condolences from the EAC Show. Shout out to Khabib Nurmagomedov. We send our condolences, and we're sorry for the loss of your dad.
Yeah, definitely, man. You definitely got our condolences and our love coming from Emilio, myself, and the whole EAC staff.
Absolutely. And you know what? We didn't want to end the show that way, but we had to figure out a way to praise somebody that has literally blessed us with Khabib. You know, he's taught Khabib everything he knows, taught many, many, many other fighters that are influential in the UFC and in MMA, everything they know. And a lot of people like to pay homage and respect to those legends, and he's one of them. So we appreciate everything that he's done for that sport and what's going to end up happening in the future from his knowledge that he's passed on to these fighters. So we really, really do appreciate it. And once again, we appreciate Khabib Nurmagomedov, and we do send our condolences on the loss to his father. So that is going to conclude episode 61 of the EAC Show, Marcus. What happened?
Before you close out the show.
What's up?
I definitely don't want to use this loss as a pin here for big shout-outs to Khabib. But I really think Khabib's next fight, he's going to bring the beast out.
Oh man, forget it. It's a wrap. It's over. You might as well put him in there with the bear instead. And the bear has a better chance.
He's gonna bring out the beast because I know this.
He might walk to the ring with the bear.
Yeah, this wasn't a normal loss here. This was a huge loss for him, man. We send our condolences to Khabib's family, but I know when he steps into that octagon, he is bringing the beast out.
Absolutely, without question. So once again, this will conclude episode 61 of the EAC Show. We want you guys to have a happy 4th of July. Enjoy it with family, friends, burgers, hot dogs, all that good stuff, some fireworks. Make sure you check us out on YouTube and all podcast platforms. Subscribe, like, and comment. I'm Emilio A. Colon. That is Marcus Mack, and we're checking out from sunny South Florida. Enjoy the weekend, and we'll check you guys out on Monday.
Oh, sugar honey iced tea. It's the EAC Show.